In the second part of the parameter section, we're going to cover the joint parameters. There are two quadrants for joint parameters. The first one controls the joint parameters for the in joint. The second one right here controls the joint parameters for the out joint. Once you've learned one, you've already learned the other. They are identical. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the joint parameters here. And we're going to focus first on the three methods of placement, because the method of placement is really what's going to dictate how each of these parameters work. The method of placement is divided into three sections. We have quantity, space, and space exact. We're first going to start with quantity, which is the easiest one. Whenever you choose the method of placement quantity, it means whatever value you put here, let's say it's 1, 2, 3, that is the exact number of tie rods we're going to have on the in joint, regardless of how big the width of the joint may get. And if we choose quantity 1, it's going to ask us here to offset that tie rod from the in joint a specific amount. So what we're going to do here is say offset 2 inches, enter. When we hit 2 inches, you can see that Practicade's placed the tie rod 2 inches from the in joint, quantity 1. You will notice here that you do have a parameter for side offset on in as well. Here we're going to change it to 2. Now it's not affecting the center one at all. Where side offset will start to affect is if you raise the quantity to 2 or more. Notice here when we put on 2, now we've got a tie rod on either end. And the distance that tie rod is from the in joint is by offset from in. The distance the tie rod is from the side of the wall is from the parameter side offset on in. So if we make this 6 inches, we now have only 2 tie rods in quantity that are 2 inches from the in joint. Each are 6 inches from the side. You'll notice here that if we were to put one more tie rod in there, it's going to put one that splits the difference between the two. So the way it would place things from one end of the duct to the other is it place one on one end based on whatever your side offset is, another on the other end, which would have the same exact side offset as this one, and then no matter what number you pick from then on, it's just going to split the difference based on the number. So if I said quantity 4, we're going to get 4 tie rods. Regardless of how big this width may get, we're only going to get 4 tie rods.